Hey guys, welcome back to my chatty, sassy channel here on YouTube, where we talk about all things luxury, be it luxury travel, luxury fashion, or life's luxuries in general. And today we're talking luxury bags. Specifically, the luxury bags that have been plaguing my mind and stuck in my head for quite a long time. Are these bags that I'm going to get? Are these bags that I'm not going to get? What are my reasons? Where's my head at? What's my thought process? And we're going to get into all of that today because there are 6 bags that have really been plaguing my mind these past couple of years, and I would love to get your all's take on it. And I would love it if in the comments you would leave a comment about what bag you have been thinking about for a while and why it is that you haven't added it. But also, if you enjoy luxury content, hit that red subscribe button because I've got videos coming out every week. So with that, let's get into it. Now, bag number 1 is sort of an honorable mention in the fact that I have no control over this bag. This bag I know I want, but I may never be able to get, and that is the Hermes Birkin in size 30. Now, I'm refusing to go pre-loved because this is such an expensive bag, I want it new from the store. I'm not going to compromise and take anything other than what I want from the store because these bags are so expensive. Like, whether it's resale value expensive, whether it's in-store expensive, these things are so expensive. It will be the single most expensive item that I will ever buy outside of my car and my house. It's expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. And because of that, there are only 2 options that I'm looking at. One is Rouge Cellier Togo Leather Gold Hardware. I saw this unboxed by Cassie Thorpe, and I fell in love because I knew how perfectly it would go into my collection and how much I would use that bag because of how much that I use similar colored bags. And it's so beautiful to me, and I'm absolutely in love with that colorway, and I know there's a colorway that I will be using for the rest of my life and that I will love for the rest of my life and that I can wear with anything in my wardrobe except like one top. And then the second color is thanks to my wonderful influencer friend Meredith from Living Luxe with Meredith. She unboxed a Rouge H box leather Bastia. And I have been obsessed with this leather in this color since I saw it. My only concern was how it would wear, but after talking with my Hermes SA, I know that this is something that the way that I use my bags, the way that I take care of my bags, it will be perfectly fine and it will age well. Even the wear that it gets will age well for me and the way that I take care of my leather goods. So I feel very comfortable having these as the 2 colors on my wish list, and maybe I'll get it. Maybe one day I'll go to Paris and I'll score an appointment and I'll score the bag. Maybe I'll never get it. But this is definitely the bag that out of all the bags lives the most rent-free in my head. Now the next bag, I already knew I liked, and then I fell head over heels with, and that is the Goyard Belchasse bag. I think it's Belchasse, could be Belchasse. I'm gonna start taking French and learning French so that I can actually learn to pronounce these things properly, but for right now we're gonna call it the Belchasse bag, and I love this bag from Goyard. I saw it last fall in a gray on, I think it was Meghan Markle, and I was just like, that's an effortlessly chic bag. When my husband and I went to New York in January, I tried on this bag along with a lot of others, and I was between this bag and another bag. Ultimately, I decided that this bag would fill a gap that I have in my collection, and that's for a smaller to medium-sized tote bag for work. And so then it was a matter of deciding on the color. This August, we went and we tried on several different colors, and I ended up deciding that the green was the one that I really liked and that I thought would really work well for me. But on that trip, I bought a lot of stuff. I'll have that unboxing link below, but I bought a lot of stuff. It is the most stuff that I have ever bought in that short of an amount of time. I was not buying another new bag that's going to be there in that color for years to come. And then, doing as I do, scrolling around through websites as I do occasionally, I didn't realize it came in the 2024 limited edition color. And I fell head over heels. I'm head over heels for the Belchasse bag in the sand colorway. It is so perfect in my mind. Just the outfits that I can see me carrying it with. The just chicness of it in this light but beautiful color with the shine that comes on the Goyard canvas. It's so perfect to me. But I don't think I'm really necessarily buying another bag this year. There's one that I might potentially buy, and I'll talk about that later in this video. But it's beautiful. If it were to end up wrapped up under my tree and I were to unbox this at Christmas, I would absolutely have a heart attack from excitement. Like, and yes, I know that color transfer can be an issue with lighter bags. I'm not really concerned about that. I've never had an issue with color transfer with my bags because I think through things when I'm carrying them, but I love it. Like, oh, it's so pretty. So yeah, this one, it's another one that if I don't add it this year in that sand, I will either keep an eye out pre-loved for it to come up in the sand, or I will be getting the green if I ever make it to Paris. All right, bag number 3. And this one is a little bit more of a sort of moral, ethical debate in my head of appearances. So one of the things that I'm conscious of is that when you wear these different brands, you are to a certain extent acting as a billboard advertisement for those brands, for the image that they're trying to present, for the feeling that comes with carrying luxury items. And look, I don't carry luxury for it to be noticed as luxury. That's not why I do it. I carry it because I genuinely love it. But I am conscious of the fact that other people recognize things. And so because of that, I also put thought into the brands that I buy from. And Dolce & Gabbana has been a bit problematic. I'm trying to decide if their problematic stuff is something that I can get over, if it's something that really bothers me enough to not buy the bag. Because the bag that I'm in love with is the Sicily bag in the like dove gray color. It's this beautiful dove taupey gray that is very similar to Hermes taupe. And I have an Hermes taupe belt. Some point either this year or next year, I plan to get a pair of a taupe Arons. And I think this bag will go so perfectly. I also love the prim and properness of this bag, the elegance of this bag, the professionalist. Professionalist isn't a word. Professionalism? Professional-esque? The professional profile of this bag. And it makes me happy. And it's a bag that I can see myself carrying for a very long time and loving for a very long time. It fits very well on me. I have tried it on in the store in Nashville. I know it would go with a lot of my wardrobe. And so this is a bag that I think at some point may very well enter my collection, whether it's getting a pre-owned one so I'm not buying from the brand, whether it's me deciding that, you know what, I don't really care, I'm gonna buy the bag because I love the bag. That'll take time to tell, but it is something that I highly consider. Probably not this year, but perhaps next year. Now, the next bag on this list is more because I keep changing my mind on it. I keep changing my mind on the bag, but on versions of the bag. So when I first saw this bag, I was afraid it would be too small when it launched, and that is the Strathberry Nano Mosaic. It does actually fit a phone, and I think that for how in my head I would carry it, this bag would be fine for me for everyday use. And it would just carry the bare essentials, but I think that I would be okay with that. I first saw it on Kate Middleton for her Christmas Carol in the Manila, and I really loved it because I had been thinking that I wanted a white or an off-white bag. And right before I purchased it, I saw that they were coming out with a raffia version. And I thought that the raffia version was going to be what I fell head over heels in love with, and all that I could see for a while was a blurry picture. And then finally, the clear pictures came through. And I was intrigued, but in the back of my head, I knew that I needed to see it in person. And so I FaceTimed the wonderful girl that I work with in Edinburgh, who's actually the manager of all the different stores there, and she's amazing. And I actually didn't speak with her. I spoke with one of her other people because she was really, really busy that day. But saw the bag and I realized, and I can't quite put my finger on it, I think it just has to do with the overall movement of the silhouette. I realized I didn't love the raffia version. The raffia version is also significantly bigger than its all leather counterpart. And I didn't want bigger because the way that I was picturing wearing that bag, it needed to be that smaller size. I didn't want it to have a whole lot of loose room the way that the raffia version does. And so kicked the raffia version back off my list. I'm sort of back on the vanilla, but the Strathberry sample sale is going to be coming up October 4th through the 6th. I have my virtual appointment secured for the 4th, and I'm so excited to get to see these bags, and I'm hoping that maybe there will be like some sort of special version in a white or in the vanilla color that has a little bit of a unique twist to it to make it just a little bit extra special to bring into my collection. And the thing that I really like about bringing this bag in a white or an off-white is it's at a price point where if the worst comes to worst and there's a little bit of color transfer, I won't cry. I'll be sad, but I won't cry the same way that I would if it were a $3,000 bag. The next bag that's been living in my head is one that doesn't exist yet, and that may be coming to exist in November. So, I've been wanting a chocolate bag for a while, and I keep cycling through different bags where it's like, oh, well, maybe this is going to be the chocolate bag for me. And I try it on, and I just realized that it's not going to function the way that I want it to, because I want it to mostly be a casual bag that if I'm wearing like a cute sundress or something like that, I can also make work. And I know that I want chocolate brown and gold hardware, but I also know that I need to be in a material that's going to be durable, because I have looked at chocolate suede bags for so long, and where I live, it rains a lot in the winter. Where most people live, it rains a lot in the winter. And so I just don't want to use suede. I also don't want to use suede because I want to be able to use it in the summer as well. And I know myself well enough to know that I wouldn't wear a suede bag in the summer. And there's nothing wrong if you do. That's just not mentally, like, my brain would not like that. And because in my brain's head, suede is meant to be worn in fall and winter. So a brown suede bag in the summer is not going to fly. And then I found out from my essay that my favorite bag to use, not my favorite bag in my collection, but my favorite bag to use, the YSL Lou camera bag, may be coming in a chocolate brown this fall in November. And if it does, that bag is coming home with me. I've already told my husband that that bag is coming home with me this fall if it comes out, and he is in full support of that. And this bag needs to come and live with me because I know that I would wear it all the time. And then the final bag on my list is actually the newest one that's been on my mind. It didn't join my head, unlike the other ones where I've been thinking about them for over a year. This one didn't join my brain until my New York trip. And it is the Dior Miss Montaigne mini bag in the navy oblique. So there are a couple of holdups on this bag. First off, I don't feel comfortable buying Dior until more comes out about the alleged Dior scandal. I am not comfortable buying from the brand again yet, and that can very well change. That is perfectly possible that that can change. I am very hopeful that that will change. So that's the first reason. Second reason is that Dior's a lot cheaper in Europe, and I'm hoping to maybe go to Europe next year. And so I kind of want to wait, because I'd kind of maybe like to get this from Dior's flagship in Paris if I decide that I want to buy from Dior again. Because it's like $2,600 plus tax here for a fabric mini bag. I don't think I'm prepared to pay that for a fabric mini bag. Mentally in my brain says absolutely not. It will not pull out my credit card to swipe it here. There's gotta be, I love the bag. I can see myself wearing it all the time in the summer. I can see myself wearing it in the winter. I can see it wearing it with so many different outfits. In my mind, I can see so many different ways that I would style this bag. But I can't bring myself to pay $2,600 plus tax for a fabric bag. And that wraps it up for what bags it is that are currently living in my brain that I would love to have, but haven't added yet. So make sure to put down in the comments what bag it is that you have that's been on your head and why it is that you haven't added it to your collection yet. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.